We've been using the S24 Ultra for almost a year. It's been a great phone, but today OPPO sent over and sponsored this Find X8 to see how well it performs against the S24 Ultra. And honestly, this thing looks really nice. I love the design. First of all, the S24 Ultra has a really cool design. I love the camera bumps, but this thing looks much improved compared to the previous version, which we also tested. Take a look. I love the rounded corners, how it doesn't dig into your palm like the S24 Ultra does. And look at this right here. This round camera bump looks awesome. Not only that, but I think this thing is thinner. Yes, this is actually thinner and lighter than the S24 Ultra. I love what they did with this cool flash design. It looks really nice, and these flat sides all feel really cool. I love this new kind of alert slider that they have. It's really fun to kind of like fidget with, and it has like the vibrate only mode on the bottom. And take a look at this camera bump. I remember OPPO had really thick camera bumps. Take a look at this. They've slimmed it down by 40% compared to the previous version. Now it looks so nice and sleek. I'm curious to see the camera performance differences between these two. And then on the front, I love the design of this new OPPO Find X8. These are actually the thinnest bezels on any OPPO phone ever, actually thinner than the ones on the S24 Ultra. I think 1.45 millimeters compared to 1.52. That is really nice. But before I get into a lot of the features and the camera stuff that we're gonna compare, I do wanna take a look at the performance. So here I have Geekbench 6 open, and since this is a brand new phone, it doesn't show what chipset it has, but it's actually the brand new Dimensity 9400, which is a really fast chip compared to, of course, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. So let's go ahead and run the CPU benchmark. And there you go, we have our results, and wow, that is really impressive. 34% faster single core on the OPPO Find X8 and 25% faster for multi-core. This is a really crazy impressive score. That's probably because this is using TSMC's second generation 3nm chip process, which is the latest and greatest, versus the 4nm process with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. That is just a huge difference. And it's really impressive to see this much performance considering that this is just the standard edition of the Find X8, beating out the flagship S24 Ultra. Now, another advantage on the OPPO Find X8 is actually the battery life. This thing has a 5,630 milliamp hour battery using innovative silicon carbon battery technology versus 5,000 milliamp hours on the S24 Ultra, which is actually crazy because just look at the size difference. This thing is so much more compact than the S24 Ultra, and it has a bigger battery. Not only that, but charging speed. This thing has 80-watt super VOC charging, which means you go from 0 to 100 in 48 minutes with rapid charging enabled. The S24 Ultra only has 45-watt charging. And then in terms of wireless charging, the Find X8 has 50-watt Air VOC wireless charging compared to only 15 on the S24 Ultra. So OPPO was able to achieve larger battery capacity and faster charging in a more compact design, which is really impressive. And now let's get into the camera differences. I'm gonna start with the specs. The OPPO Find X8 has a triple camera system. All of them have 50 megapixels on the back. So you have a 50 megapixel ultra wide versus 12 megapixel ultra wide on the S24 Ultra. The main camera is 50 on the OPPO versus the 200 megapixel on the S24 Ultra. And they also have a 3x telephoto on the OPPO, which is also 50 megapixels versus 10 megapixels, 3x on the S24 Ultra. But the S24 Ultra also has a fourth 5x telephoto zoom camera. However, the cool thing about the Find X8's 3x telephoto is that it's using a brand new triple prism periscope lens, which makes it 33% smaller than a traditional solution, and the sensor itself is actually 65% larger than the 3x on the S24 Ultra, which means higher quality. And then if you combine that with OPPO's AI telescope zoom, it can perform even better than the S24 Ultra's 5x telephoto camera going all the way up to 60x zoom, which activates further on-device AI models to enhance details. And as you can see in these photos, OPPO's AI zoom feature is really impressive, being able to add a lot more detail. Now for regular photos, the OPPO also has their Hypertone engine, which is really cool. It combines 9 raw photos into one photo for very great camera quality. It enhances the quality, it reduces noise, just overall really good HDR. Now the OPPO also has this new lightning snap feature, which is supposed to take really clear and sharp photos with movement with this new really cool feature. Let's test it out actually. Ben, can you just move around and we'll see? Oh, look at that. So apparently it takes 7 frames per second and it basically freezes motion, so it's nice and fast. And then let's do the same thing on here. Just move around. Oh, look at that, guys. Can you see this right here? So here's the OPPO. Look how sharp that is. And look at all the motion blur on the Samsung. He is all blurry. That right there is very impressive. Basically, this thing has 0 shutter lag, so it's really quick to take a photo, so just bam. That is really, really fast. Now on top of that, the OPPO also has their Hasselblad portrait mode, which you can see it has like a really cool 1x where it kind of mimics a real Hasselblad camera. There's also a 2x mode. If you look here, you could actually tap on the 1x and switch between 24 and 35mm, which is cool. Then you have the 49mm 2x, and then between 73 and 85. So that's 5 different portrait mode lenses that you can take. So go ahead and take a look at these photos and let me know what you guys think about the differences down below. They also have their Hasselblad master mode, which you can see right here. I've switched to master. You can switch between auto or pro, where you can literally adjust everything here yourself, white balance, exposure, or just keep it to auto and it gives you those natural colors so you guys can see the difference right here in this photo. And then they also have a film simulation mode for photos, portraits, and video. So you tap on this little 3 circles and there you go. You can kind of switch through the filters. And then on top of that, the OPPO Find X8 also has live photo. So if you move around a little bit, tap to play live photo. Nice. And look at this. They also started supporting 4K 60 FPS Dolby Vision. So you can see Dolby Vision just turned on. 4K 60. So you guys can see the difference right here between the 4K 60 Dolby on the OPPO and on the S24 Ultra. And with that, all the rear camera lenses on the OPPO can record 60 FPS 10-bit Dolby Vision video. And then on top of all of that, OPPO has a lot of really cool AI creativity tools for like editing and stuff, powered by ColorOS 15. So if we click on the AI editor, we have a lot, like enhancing the clarity, you can see right here. So it's gonna be enhancing it. And you can see here, it actually improved the quality, which is pretty cool. They also have their AI eraser, which you can use different modes like this. So let me do a smart lasso to try to remove this phone. Oh, there you go. That is really cool. There's things like unblur. So if you happen to have a blurry photo, you tap that, it sharpens it up. You can remove reflections if you have glass or whatever else. Really cool AI features. And then on top of that, they also have a bunch of AI toolbox features like AI Summary, AI Speak, AI Writer to help you write and do things like that for emails and everything else. Notes and documents have AI features. And there's also the AI Recorder. So you basically just record audio like this. And then when you're done, I'm just going to pause it, hit Summary, and like this, it should do an AI summary. And look at that, it actually summarized the things that I said in terms of all these AI features. That is really cool, and I have an audio transcript as well. Now, OPPO also partnered with Google Gemini, which is cool. So if you hit Google Lens, you can actually kind of search things up. We already compared the AI features to the Samsung in a previous video, and it failed multiple times trying to get rid of certain objects with Smart Lasso and other things. So the OPPO does a great job with their AI features. And finally, OPPO also has some upgrades for reliability. For example, they have their OPPO Armor Shield, which is basically strong construction with military standard impact testing. It also has really good water resistance, up to IP69 water resistance, and the screen also has splash touch, so if you get it wet, and it still allows you to use it, which is really cool. The OPPO also has better wireless features, like for example, Bluetooth 5.4 compared to 5.3 on the S24 Ultra, and they both have Wi-Fi 7, but the OPPO has AI Link Boost with a triple antenna Wi-Fi system and 360-degree surround antenna with 20 antennas, which boosts your network output. So with all that said, I've got to say that I'm really impressed with OPPO's new Find X8 in terms of the design, the camera bump, which is not as thick as before, and very impressive photos with their triple camera system and their AI telescope. Everything about this is very impressive, so definitely use the link below to get some more info on the Find X series below. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos like this one. Check out one of those two right there, and we'll see you in the next video.